Welcome to my Saturday morning midlife crisis, where cartoons are out, coffee's in, and Cerebro can't even find the motivation. I'm Austine.
And I'm Alex.
Are you ready for the watch list?
Are you all ready for the watch list?
And actually, it's so perfectly timed because this is part 4 of the watch list, the ultimate watch list. That's what we call it.
That's what we call it. It's one that I put together, and I put it together in a specific order to where we can get ready for Doomsday. You do understand a lot of the characters that haven't been introduced that potentially could be there. You learn a lot through this. And again, I put it in a special order for you to also understand the sacred timeline.
Yes.
And I say that because now we are done with part 3 of our watch list, which is technically phase 1, 2, and 3 of the MCU. And now what we are going to do in the 616, because now we're going to do is we're going to stay within the sacred timeline, but we are jumping the multiverse. Mm-hmm. And so now we're going to get into part 4 of our watch list and go over the movies, the order that you should watch these in of part 4, but we are going to rank them
based on how we liked it.
Exactly. So in this watch list, there's a total of 10 movies in this part.
And we're going to start with the Sacred Timeline, Earth, was it 1005?
Yep.
1005, the X-Men timeline.
Yes.
So the first, and again, it's not based on release order, it's based on the order that you should watch this. And so this is X-Men First Class.
Yes. X-Men First Class.
Of really them coming together. It really was more of a, in my opinion, Magneto and Charles
origin story. Yeah, I think that's actually the best way to sum it up. But it is the start of the X-Men, building that foundation.
I thought it was a really good origin story because I really liked how it built the friendship there that we've always seen, that has always maintained and continued. I think that, we know we'll see it in Doomsday. They're sitting together. So I loved how it really pulled that at the beginning, because if you jump to where we grew up and our first introduction to X-Men via the movies, they were not friends. They were enemies of a sort.
Yes.
So this just really builds up that dynamic and that friendship, and then ultimately it explains how Charles became paralyzed and in the wheelchair.
Which I loved it.
Yeah, I thought it was really good, and just he was the one to do that.
First Class is high in my X-Men list, which is when you're just talking about X-Men movies, it's high up there. So when we're talking about this specific part of this watch list, it lands on number 2 for me.
Okay, it was really good. But unfortunately in my ranking of part 4, I'm really going to lean into nostalgia. So it was 8. We should move to the next one.
I am shocked.
It was a really good movie, but this whole thing I'm gonna.
I am shocked. Okay, guys, I'm looking at what order we put this in. Okay, we're going into the next one, X-Men Origins Wolverine, and the reason I'm freaking out is I put this one as an 8, and you put this one as a 2. So we literally just flip flop.
Okay. Are you kidding? That's unfair. She made those. I need to calm down. Everything's fine.
Amanda,
I'm an adult.
We did.
Could you elaborate with me?
Well, I just liked that it was all Wolverine.
You just liked Hugh Jackman naked.
I did not say that. It was a good movie.
It is a good movie. I'm actually one of the few people that would actually defend this movie. However, I am objectively looking at this when I'm ranking all of these movies. And the reality is that had CGI issues. What they did to Deadpool is unforgivable. But at the same time, we kind of have to thank them for butchering it, or else would we have ever gotten a more accurate Deadpool?
What there was to butcher, so does that make sense?
Fine.
The choice that they made with him jumping out of that water bumped it up to a 2.
So then we go into X-Men. So if you're paying attention, this is definitely a very different watch list than typical because the X-Men franchise is kind of everywhere, and I really put the X-Men in a very specific order to watch. So yeah, now we get into X-Men, which is the original first X-Men movie that came out in 2000.
Well, and again, my ranking, full disclosure, is going to be based on nostalgia. So for me, I put it at 3.
Wow. It's 7 for me. It's still I really enjoyed it, but it is a bit dark. You need to brighten it up with the comic accurate costumes, but I get it was early 2000s.
Yeah, it was, I thought, fabulous. Then you move into X-Men 2.
X-Men 2, yes. Really good movie. I really like X-Men 2. Introduction of Nightcrawler,
Love Nightcrawler.
Alan Cumming. We have William Stryker. This is essentially X-Men Origins Wolverine sequel.
Yeah.
So we're picking back up with what happened to Wolverine. His origin again, William Stryker. We get the return of Jason. Jason was William Stryker's son. He was briefly in an Easter egg in the X-Men First Class. He was briefly an Easter egg in X-Men Origins Wolverine. Now we're seeing him fully being brought on.
Yeah. I put it as a 5.
It is 4 for me.
Okay. You like it more.
Yeah, we're pretty close, though.
Yeah.
We're not as drastic as the previous ones.
We like what we like. Okay, and then after X-Men 2 is X-Men 3.
X-Men 3. Jean Grey becomes the Phoenix. It's their version of the Dark Phoenix saga.
Yeah, it was a good movie, but I didn't love it as much as I did the others.
Even though you ranked it higher than some of your others, but
I put it as a 6. It's right in the middle.
Yeah.
She took out Scott. You can't make that too much higher.
But you put First Class below it. Crazy.
I don't know. Maybe that was an error.
Ugh, crazy work. Yeah, it's number 9 for me.
Well, this is the first time.
Was it a bad movie when you look at it as a movie? No. Is it a good adaptation of what they were representing? No.
Yeah, right.
So.
All right. Well, now
then we jump.
Now we're going to jump the multiverse. So we're going to take a break from X-Men here in the watch list. And for people wondering, wait, why don't we just finish X-Men? Is because we are following the sacred timeline. To go forward here, it wouldn't make sense based off of the rules that the sacred timeline sets up. And you'll learn about that when you get into Loki. But right now, we are just sticking to a singular timeline.
A singular flow of time.
Yes.
So, yes, you'll learn more in Loki. So now we're going to, I can't even read my writing. Earth 96283.
Tobey Maguire Spider-Man.
Dun, dun, dun. All right. And we go to Spider-Man.
The first Spider-Man movie.
This is your...
it's number 3. It's number 3 for me.
I put it as number 1. Again, I really ranked this list based on nostalgia, but I've been catching up on my watch list, watching. And so it's not too long ago that I watched it. And when I watched it, I'm like, wow, this movie really held up. But it was also released, like the timing of that and Fantastic Four were so close. And when I also just look at like what they did versus this Tobey Maguire Spider-Man, I was like, it was really good, even for that time period. Absolutely. And what they could do.
William Dafoe's Green Goblin, the way he switches personalities, it's so good.
So good. Then we go to Spider-Man 2.
Spider-Man 2. I put this as number 1.
This is your number 1.
Out of this watch list here.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. I put it as number 4. I like Doc Ock and all the things. It was really good. I just liked the first one better.
I talk about one of my favorite aspects of Spider-Man is when a web shooter breaks. So obviously he doesn't have a web shooter to break, but the existential crisis that he was having, causing the web block. So that's just great. When his webbing stops mid-battle, and it happened to him at the bank when he was fighting Doc Ock for the first time, it creates an extra level of just intensity. It creates an extra level, well, how's he going to get out of this kind of thing? you really saw Peter Parker's life and how much that bleeds into Spider-Man. You see how much Spider-Man's life bleeds into Peter Parker. And I would argue there has not been a Spider-Man movie to perfectly do that of bleeding the two worlds and causing their actual issues between the two worlds. And they just did it so well.
Yeah.
Love that movie. Love it, love it, love it.
It was really good. Is this
the train scene? I mean,
iconic.
I mean,
the one where
it became so iconic that it is now referenced in other Spider-Man cartoons, into the Spider-Verse. Like there are things that happens in Tobey's franchise that are staples now to other Spider-Man fandoms.
I mean, when they lifted him up, all of the passengers, and move him across, and then they give him his mask. It was
we won't tell anyone. We promise.
It was incredible.
So
incredible. Good. Okay, we have to keep it moving.
Okay.
Spider-Man 3.
Spider-Man 3. Yes.
Venom. I don't think they ever refer to it as Venom, but the symbiote.
Yeah, so you get the introduction of the symbiote. You have Sandman. You have Harry as the new Goblin. A lot of people say that it was just too many villains thrown in there. That wasn't the issue. The issue was Sony getting greedy and forcing Sam Raimi to do certain plot points that he wasn't prepared to do. He wasn't wanting to do, like Venom. And when you watch the movie, you can tell, okay, they definitely forced this storyline in here.
Yeah.
So it does make me wonder how different it would have been if it was never a forced storyline. With that being said, I will defend Spider-Man 3 and say that how Tobey is with the symbiote, like at the time, so many people made fun of his dancing and stuff like that, which I get it. It was cringy, but it was supposed to be that. I truly believe how Tobey plays Peter Parker, how his world was, him being that way with the symbiote makes sense.
Yeah.
It actually makes sense for him to be that way.
Yeah.
So people hated on it. To me, I think it did exactly what it was supposed to do. The actual Venom wasn't good.
Agree.
That wasn't good.
That wasn't good. But I did like Harry becoming the next Green Goblin. I liked that dynamic and how that played out.
Look at little Goblin Jr. Gonna cry?
Yeah, I put it as a 7.
7, yep.
Yeah. And it really just because I love Venom so much, that is just really hard.
Yeah, I put it at 5. It's still, I have love for that movie. It's not the best out of the 3 Tobey Maguire movies, but I will defend that movie. It is not the worst Spider-Man movie.
Okay. Now we're going to jump to the next Earth again in the Sacred Timeline.
Yes.
And that is going to be Earth 121698. Fantastic Four.
Yes.
And in the rewatch, again, it's so important. I know I mentioned this early in the episode when we were talking about the Doomsday trailer, but it is, I think, very important to watch all of these. I had not watched Fantastic Four. So this is an example of 2 movies that I had never seen. I had very little context to it. Watched them, and
you were very surprised that Doom was in it.
I was shocked that Doom was in it. I'm like, wait, what? We've heard of Victor before this? I'm lost. I didn't realize that. And probably others have forgotten.
This is, again, why the watch list is important of what I put together and the order I put together. See, most people, they would have watched this Fantastic Four before they even started the MCU. You create so much space now between learning about Doom and then seeing him in Doomsday. Like, there's so much space between when you don't want to create that.
Right.
So keep it a little bit more fresh. So that's why, again, I put it in this particular order that I did. Now, we are talking about the original Fantastic Four back in early 2000s. What was it? 2004? 2003?
Yeah,
something like that.
There. Yeah.
This is with Chris Evans. I enjoy this movie. I don't think it's... I mean, is it the best superhero movie? No. It's like a guilty pleasure of mine.
Yeah, it's not a guilty pleasure of mine.
I'm just such a huge Fantastic Four fan that is like... Which sucks, because being a Fantastic Four fan, you really feel like you don't get many projects. you thrive in the comics, but you don't really thrive anywhere else. And so I just crave Fantastic Four content. And so that's my guilty pleasure. I'll go to it when I need a fix.
Yeah, I texted you through it and I was mad. I understand origin stories and I understand that sometimes they can be kind of slow as you're doing a build up, but it was so dead for the first half of that movie, in my opinion. And the only reason what kept my interest was the fact that had I been where I was, like when it originally released, I would have really hated this movie. But because they had Victor in it and I saw some like nods, like that have like the mask already in like his possession and it says from Latveria, like things like that, I was able to pick up those Easter eggs, but I really didn't enjoy the movie. I liked The Rock.
The Thing,
sorry. Sorry. The Thing. I liked The Thing and I liked Chris Evans as the Human Torch. But I did not like Reed Richards and I did not like Jessica Alba.
Either way, it's a 6 for me.
It's 10 in this list.
Yeah.
In this list, it's 10.
And then we come to the end, which is their sequel, Fantastic Four: Rise of the Silver Surfer.
Which was really, again, really good because then I realized, because I watched this again very recently, so after I watched Fantastic Four First Steps in the theaters, and I saw the bridge between how they both reference Silver Surfer, but in different ways. Same essence and feeling and all of that, but different. This particular movie is really around the Silver Surfer and the Fantastic Four being new heroes and identifying like how to come together, all these different things, and coping with the fact of their newness, where Fantastic Four First Steps is their seasoned heroes. And it's more around them having a kid. Yeah. So that was like mid-relationship of Sue and Reed Richards.
Yeah, they were getting married. They were trying to get married.
They were trying to keep getting married. This is where they're established and now they're having a baby. So it was a different dynamic. It does land at a 9 for me again when I rank all of the movies.
It's a 10 for me. They made too many changes to Galactus, obviously. Yeah. But because, I mean, when you see Galactus in First Steps and then you see Galactus in this one, you're like, what the heck?
Two different things.
Yeah.
All right. So that's part 4 of the watch list. Next week, we'll tackle part 5 because this is 12 parts. So we're getting closer and closer. So hopefully you're keeping up with us because it's a lot.
So thanks for watching. If you want to check out the full episode, be sure to listen to us on Spotify at My Saturday Morning Midlife Crisis.